Hi, my name is Adam with Brad's Auto Glass, and we have decided to make a custom tinted door glass for your Scion FRS, Subaru BRZ, or GT86. Now, your factory door glass in your car, in every car, is a clear green tint. So it looks clear, but when you actually look at it, it is green tinted-ish. And what we have done is made a gray tint that helps reflect the light a little bit differently, giving you a tinted appearance. And no film or anything like that. It's just like a factory tint would be in the back half of your car. And I think it looks really good, and we'll show you what it looks like here. Now this is your factory door glass. See how it's kind of got a green tint to it. It is very clear, but it is very green as well. Now this is the glass that we have made. As you can already see, it is very much darker, and it will reflect the light differently to give you a different appearance. This will also help keep heat out and UV rays out. So here in the comparison, you can see how much different it is. And I'll pick it up and show you the difference so you can see through them. See, that's your green, and this is our gray tint. And I think it's going to look really good. I have a Scion FRS myself, and we are going to be doing an install and showing you how to do that. Now this is my 2013 Scion FRS, and I already have tint in the back, and I have tint in this little side window right here. And you can tell that the green tint doesn't really block out a lot of light. You can still see in there pretty good. Now, if you have a 2013 BRZ or Scion FRS, you may have an issue like what I have. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but I have some scratching down the side of my glass here and right here, and it's pretty scratched up and doesn't really look that great, and it kind of annoys me, which brought me to the idea of making some custom tinted door glass for this. And the reason for that scratching is this little part I have right here. Now this is a door guide for the glass itself, and it sits right in here inside the door, and it has this little felt that helps keep tension on the window and guide it up and down when it goes up and down. Now what happened in these 2013s, and they have since revised it, and hopefully you have gotten the TSB done on your car before the warranty is expired, but I never did because I didn't really think about it. But this weather stripping on the outside has been revised to allow less water and contaminants in, because what was happening is that water was getting in there and dirt was getting in there and contaminating this and ruining it. Now what happens with this is dirt gets in here, because this is just felt, and when dirt gets in here and your window slides up and down across it, it scratches the heck out of it and makes your glass look like that. Once again, I don't know if you can really see that, but it is fairly scratched up, and I know that this is a common issue that a lot of people have with these cars. Now, I bought these online for about 18 bucks a piece, and there are two in the outside. There's one right here on the outside of the glass, and on the inside there's one about right here. Now your inside one you're probably not going to need to replace because there's not a lot of dirt getting on the inside of your window, especially when it's raining and stuff. That one's going to be fine. Now mine have wore out on each side, and so I bought these replacement ones that should fix that issue. And like I said, they're about 18 bucks a piece. You buy them from your Toyota Subaru dealer, and when we get in the door and take this apart, I'll show you how to replace those as well when we're doing the glass. First step in replacing this door glass is you're going to remove this door panel here. Now this door panel comes off pretty easily. It's only held in at 2 spots on the outside. You have this little push pin right here, which you just need a flathead screwdriver or they make specialty tools to remove these, but they're pretty easy. You just pop that out. And then in the door handle here, there's this little cover in here, and you pop that out, and there is a Phillips head screw in there. And you just want to unscrew that, pull that out. Now the rest of the door is held in by push pins all alongside here, and what you want to do is just get a screwdriver or something, and you might even be able to get your hand in here and just run your hand alongside. Careful, because this is kind of tight and sharp. And just pop those out one by one, being careful not to break them, because they do like to break. And see how that whole bottom piece just popped off. And there you go. And then you just pick straight up, and it comes right off. Fairly simple. And once you have the door panel off, there are two connections in here for your locks and your window switch, and they are just your normal style push connectors. It's got a little pin right here you push in, and then it just pulls right out. And then this one has a push right here on the inside, makes it kind of hard to get to, but this one's a little harder to get at. It just pops right out. Then you have your door handle and your lock connections in here. And these just pop out, and then you just pull out, and they come out of their little spots, and your door panel's off. Pretty simple on that. And then once you are in here, you have this plastic adhered to keep dust out as your dust shield. Now yours probably isn't coming apart. I've already taken this apart a little bit, so be careful, because this black stuff is very sticky and very messy. And you just want to pull this back so you can access the inner panel of your door. And there you go. Now once you have this door panel off, it'll make things a lot easier if you take this controller out, which is held in by 3 Phillips screws right here. Maybe 4, I don't know if mine's missing one or not, but if you just remove all 3 of these, this will make your life a lot easier, so you can roll the window up and down as you're working on it, and that just pops right out of there. And take it back over here and plug it back in. After you remove your 2 nuts from right there and right there, there's a stopper right here. It's another 10 millimeter. You're going to want to remove that. And that just making sure to remember, or just use your witness marks from where it was bolted down, because it's going to need to go in the same spot again. Now this, as you can see, is just a little stopper right here that you need to remove. You can get in there and hold it in place, moving that nut, being careful to not drop this like I just did. But it's down in the door panel. We'll find that later. And then there is this inside guide that needs to be removed so the glass can come out fully. And 10mm. And that just slides right out like that. And then, this might be a little better to do with two hands, but since I'm filming, you want to pop that off, get that out of there, and make sure that it's out. And then pop this one off as well, and just move it up a little bit. And then you can slide your glass. And it comes right out. You may need to finagle this a little bit. It's hard to do one-handed. Okay, so I found the easiest way to get this out, since this is wide right here. If you come all the way back to this rubber piece, it'll slide right past that rubber piece, and then your glass is out. Now once you have your glass out, you're going to need to remove all of these and put them in the new glass. Now you have these little plastic pieces like this. This has just got a Phillips head screw in there, and it just unscrews, and then you can just pop it out. That just pops out. Now the rest of these, this has a 10mm bolt on the other side, bolt head on the other side, and this side is, you can see there's 4 holes in here. Now you can use a pair of needle nose pliers, preferably a set of bent ones, or if you have this nifty tool like I have, it's got these points in there. These just fit right in the end here and make your life a lot easier. Now this one is a little more difficult. As you can see, it's just flat on 2 sides here. On the back, it's got those 4 holes like on the other side. Now what I found was the easiest thing to do was to get some pliers and your needle nose. Get your needle nose in there and take your pliers on the back side. Pliers, flat ends like this, or vice grips would work. And slowly get it moving. And once it's loose, it'll just come right out. Now with this last one, they are just riveted on the back side. So these actually won't move. So these ones are actually the easiest ones. So you just want to take your needle nose pliers and just slowly start to back these off. Now when you're reinstalling these, you want to make sure not to over tighten them too much, because it may cause the glass to break. So you just want to snug them up. They don't need to be too tight. And this one, as you can see, it's got a little bit of play in it. My suggestion is just get it in the middle and then tighten these down. Like I said, don't over tighten these. They don't need to be on there with 100 foot-pounds of torque. They just need to be snug. Now if your window is getting scratched like mine is and you're going to replace these slides, they sit right in here. You can see them. And there's a little clip right back in there. And all you have to do is get back in here and push on that, and they pop right out. As you can see, this is my old one, and it is completely ruined. That's the old one. That's the new one. And that's the reason everything was getting all scratched up and causing all those problems. Man, that's ruined. But these are real easy to replace. They just go in the same way they came out. You just push them right back in there. And boom. Done. And the same thing with the front one. Super easy. They just pop right out. And put the other one in. Okay, so now reinstalling this little plastic piece right here has to go into a track in here. Now if you look down in here, right here is where that track needs to go into. Now also on this track there is adjustment screws right here. These adjustment screws adjust where the window will line up. So when you install this, if it is tilted a little too far out or in, this is where you make that adjustment. Now you're going to want to go in just how it came out. Difficult to find that track. Once you do, it slides right into place. And once you finagled it in there, you can just lower it back down. Back up into here, and then replace your bolts right here, replace your guide here, and your stopper here. Alright, so we got both windows in, adjusted, and everything. That looks much better. Not super dark, but with the rest of the tint on my car, it really helps darken it out inside. Still see through it pretty easily, but I think it looks much better. And the fitment is perfect. And no more scratches. And the nice thing about this is there's no film. It's nothing for to get scratched up on. No way for it to peel off. And as you can tell, it reflects the light a lot more than it did before. I think it looks really good. Now remember, these are available at bradsautoglass.com for the Subaru BRZ, Scion FRS, and GT86.